What's up guys, I'm the Aussie Gamer and welcome to the year 2011. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had an awesome Christmas and a fantastic New Year's Eve, and I look forward to the show's direction this year. What I wanted to do this year is start off by showing you guys an older video that I made a year and a half ago, purely because I haven't really started any reviews or any sort of video productions as yet because it is only early into the new year. So to tide you guys over, I thought I'd show you guys an older video that happens to be a personal favourite of mine. This video was uploaded on my old channel, The Angry Aussie Show, which no longer exists. And it's a top 10 list. So some of you may have seen it, others may I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen it yet. But that being said, I'm going to show it to you now. I have edited it a little bit to make it a bit more enjoyable, and shorten it a little bit because it was quite a long video. I had to actually separate it into two parts because back then YouTube were only allowing a 10-minute limit. Now they're allowing a bit more generous limit. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I look forward to bringing you guys fun, exciting, interesting, immersive videos in the year 2011. Thanks guys, enjoy! The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the very first 3D Zelda game. This game was fucking legendary. I have so many fond memories of playing this game as a kid. I think I finished it about 5 times. It's an awesome adventure. It's so addictive. It's probably today the best game ever made, and I'm sure many people would share that opinion. But when I think of Zelda, I think of the epic boss battles, and which is the reason why I'm bringing you this video, the top 10 Zelda Ocarina of Time mini boss and main boss battles. I'm going to bring you the top 10, the best of the best, which bosses and which mini bosses were the top 10 standouts in the Zelda Ocarina of Time. Enough talking about it, let's find out. What is cooler than fighting a giant jellyfish-wielding infection in the middle of a fucking giant fish's belly? Well, obviously the other 9 things I'm going to mention in this countdown. But still, fucking Baronade uses electrified jellyfish, beams, fucking swirls around. He uses everything at his disposal to try and take you down, and that is why he is the number 10 in our list. Morpher. Now, after you've managed to complete the nightmare that is the water temple, you'll come across Morpher. This annoying little red ball manipulates water into tentacles in order to attack you. Don't let it get you with those tentacles, because if it does, you'll be thrown across the room and suffer quite a bit of damage. Use your newly acquired long shot to snag the little bastard out of the water and give it a shave with your blade. Morpher is a cool concept for a boss, but due to the fact that the water temple itself was a complete fucking nightmare, I was kind of expecting something a little better than water as a boss, which is why Morpher gains the number 9 spot on our countdown. Twinrova. Now, I've seen videos on YouTube that say Twinrova is one of the most stupid bosses in the entire game. I have to say that I disagree. Albeit the humour is unnecessary amongst the two witches, the actual battle itself is quite good. Using your mirror shield, you deflect each spells the witch fire at you back at them. However, you deflect the ice spells at the fire witch and the fire spells at the ice witch. After doing this for some time, the two witches merge into one witch. To me, this is where the fight gets easier, because you only have to focus on one enemy rather than 2, which is fucking annoying. And therefore, you are able to utilise your Z targeting better. From here, you simply deflect the spells once again into the witch and then slash her with your Master Sword until she dies. Although the battle is fun, Twinrova's first form is annoying as hell, as you are fighting two separate enemies that won't stay fucking still. They are rarely in the same screen as one another, which makes them hard to keep track of, let alone defeat. This is why Twinrova casts itself into the number 8 position on our list. Iron Knuckles. Making their Ocarina of Time debut in the Spirit Temple, these tough motherfuckers are heavily clad in armor and wield an axe capable of killing you that quickly you'll shit yourself. However, although their axe is capable of ridiculous amounts of damage, the Iron Knuckles move at literally a snail's pace. So you can get a few slashes in before having time to dodge their attack and basically repeating the process until they bite dust. As you hit them, fragments of their armor are removed until they can actually move a lot faster than they originally could. This increases the level of challenge, but it is still reasonably simple to defeat them. However, it does take quite a while. But they look so cool! Armed to the teeth with a giant axe makes the Iron Knuckles smash their way into 7th place on our countdown. Phantom Ganon. Phantom Ganon has made numerous appearances in Zelda titles prior to the Ocarina of Time, but he looks oh so cool in 3-dimensional. Phantom Ganon makes one hell of an entrance before entering various paintings around the room. As there are numerous paintings, it's hard to tell exactly which painting he's going to run out of, so you need to be very observant. Once you have hit him a few times with your bow, he will disembark from his horse and play you in a game of tennis. Knock his spells back at him using a correctly timed swipe with your Master Sword until he fails to knock it back at you. Then, when he's on the ground, slash the absolute shit out of him with your sword. Repeat this until he dies. Phantom Ganon looks menacing, he makes one killer entrance, and is a great tennis player, thus making him the obvious number 6 choice on our list. Ganondorf. Okay, so this guy's obviously the antagonist of the entire game. Now this fight is basically the same as Phantom Ganon from the Forest Temple. You simply play him in a game of tennis. Then, simply use your light arrows and Master Sword to damage him. Now, I know it's nitpicking, but in the cutscenes before the fight, I find it fucking annoying that Navi says, and I quote, "Link, I can't help you. Because of the waves of darkness, I can't get close." Like I give a shit. What the fuck have you ever done for me in a fight? You don't need her at all. So what's with the fucking apology? Now, of course, Ganondorf is a lot harder to beat than Phantom Ganon, and so he should be. He's one of the final bosses of the game. But the player gets a sense of deja vu, as he has already done this before, which prevents Ganondorf from scoring any higher than the number 5 position on our countdown. Volvagia. This fire-breathing dragon is the boss of the Fire Temple. Go figure why. Now, it was clear that they were going to incorporate a dragon boss fight somewhere in the game. It was simply a matter of where, and what better choice than the Fire Temple. Now, in this fight, you're going to need your Megaton Hammer to smash the shit out of him and then slash him with your Master Sword. Now, I must say, I do hate the attack where he retreats to the ceiling, out of your sight, and causes rocks to fall. It's a fucking nightmare trying to dodge them, especially when you're low on health. You can never tell when the rocks are going to fall on you. You've just got to keep fucking rolling around to try and avoid them. It's fucking annoying. Now, the reason why this beast scores the number 4 position is because it's a fucking dragon, for fuck's sake. That's so cool. The name Volvagia is memorable, and it just looks cool. Enough said. And that is why Volvagia buys its way into number 4. Bongo Bongo. Now, this guy was definitely going to be one of the top bosses in this countdown, as he is literally one of my favourite bosses of the entire game. 2 severed hands and a decapitated torso beating on a giant drum as it attacks you is fucking cool as hell. It's kind of freaky too, which is great as he is the Shadow Temple boss, so it kind of suits the temple. Now, unfortunately, he's a little bit too easy, but that doesn't subtract from the fact that he's so fucking cool. He makes one killer entrance just to show off how fucking cool he is. So therefore, the number 3 spot, albeit the simpleness of the boss battle, goes to Bongo Bongo because he is just that fucking cool. Ganon is obviously the final boss in the game, and make no mistake about it, he most certainly deserves to be there. As Ganondorf's transformation, Ganon wields 2 very large dangerous swords that, needless to say, do quite a lot of damage. What makes him more of a challenge is he knocks your Master Sword out of your hands at the beginning of the fight, and you have to use either your Megaton Hammer or Big Goron Sword if you actually bother to get it. Now, again, Navi makes a lousy attempt to pump you up by saying, "There's no way he's going to hold me back this time. This time we fight together." Again, what the fuck do you ever do? Nothing. Stop trying to make it sound like you fight, because you don't. You just float around and tell me shit. We fight together. What a load of fucking horse shit. Now, Ganon is huge and quite intimidating. He is everything that you'd expect as a game's final boss. Difficult and impressive, which makes him deserving of the number 2 spot in our list. Dark Link. Now, it may have seemed predictable to some people that this one would be my number 1 choice, mainly because I'm not the first one to make one of these countdowns, and others have had theirs number 1 choice as Dark Link. Now, for those very few of you that don't know who Dark Link is, the name says it all. It's an evil version of Link that kind of looks like his shadow. It's a really cool concept for a boss, but if I was going to criticise it in any way, I'd say it probably deserved to be a main boss, not just a mini boss. And maybe it should have been, if it was going to stay as a mini boss, maybe put it in maybe the Shadow Temple. What the fuck has it got anything to do with the Water Temple? What the fuck is with that? Overall, Dark Link is so cool to fight. He looks and sounds cool, and really, he's an evil version of the main character, thus placing him very deservingly in the number 1 position on our list. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Finale, finished, ended. The top 10 mini-boss and main boss battles of Zelda the Ocarina of Time. 10-1. Now, I know a lot of you may not necessarily agree with that list, or you may have redone it in a different way, maybe a different order, but that's just your opinion. And like I said, need to remind you, this is just my opinion. So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if if you'd like to see more videos. More reviews are most certainly coming your way. Thank you, and good night.